Okay, I think we're live. It is Sunday, August 24th, 2:40 p.m. I missed my Friday slot because I was doing stuff. And so I figured, hey, better late than never. So you got me today on the Sunday, and most people watch this on a replay anyway, so no harm, no foul. Sorry if you tried to watch me on Friday at 6, but stuff happens in life. All right, so we're gonna get right into it. First things first. Lower my volume here because I hear a bad echo. All right, it wouldn't be me without talking about. Oops, what did I do? What did I do? I did the wrong thing. As usual, I screw up, and this is what you're supposed to be seeing. Well, I gave that stupid talk that you just heard, and not this. So I basically spoiled my first feature. Anyway, what I was saying was, I would be me if I wasn't talking about dumb robots. So, well, why do I say dumb robots? Because they're still kind of dumb, but also I'm being, I guess, a little bit defensive because I have gotten some comments from friends of like, you're obsessed with these stupid robots. And I'm like, okay. So they're stupid robots, but I love them, and they're going to be everywhere starting now. I mean, they're everywhere in China now. Like I've shown you. So this is not a trend. This is reality, peoples. So the headline is Machines Perform Martial Arts, Hip Hop, and Play Soccer at the World Humanoid Robot Games. This is actually 10 days ago or so. And they had an opening ceremony, 500 humanoid robots, 60 miniature robots dressed in opera costumes. It is nuts. So we're going to see a little bit of this. But like, where's the United States in this, man? Like, we are so behind. Like, people are like, oh, America's the best country. I'm like, not for everything, man. Like, here's the deal. Like China, and I don't like communism, right? Or socialism. I'm not trying to say that. I'm leaning towards that. But these guys have a brutal regime, known for killing people, putting people in camps, and apparently that's not too bad. It doesn't hold you back from progress. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, they're smoking us with technology, smoking us. And I had one friend who actually predicted this a while back, and I was like, really? Asia is where everything's gonna happen? This was back in like the early 2000s, like 2003 or so. He's like, Asia's gonna dominate everything, China. Okay, whatever, dude. I was leaning more towards South America, but this is too much corruption there. So, freaking China's just been killing it, murdering the game. They have had, I mean, they're just ridiculous. We've got robot dogs that got machine guns mounted to them, drones this big that are spies. Like, what are we doing? Why is the U.S. still living in like? I'm looking around. I'm in Santa Monica right now. I'm looking around and I'm like, this is like 1998. There is nothing as progress here beyond 1998. This is pathetic. Yet we pay so much in taxes, and it is disappointing. It's disappointing. This place sucks. All right. Anyway, as far as the money making part of it, tickets range from 180 yuan, $25 to 580 yuan, $80 for public attendees. So already these robots are making money with their little games. So let's see some highlights. Come on, I'll mute this. This guy's bowing. I'm gonna click through real quick because this is like an hour and a half long. But look at this. It's a full like stadium, not full of people, full like stadium of stuff. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Okay, I guess it looks kind of disorganized. Like, things are happening in the back and the front. Oh, there's a soccer game happening in the back. So we got very slow paced soccer. Kind of like watching 2-year-olds play soccer. Oh, he scored! Yay! Go you! All right, so there's a whole bunch of little stuff happening here. Oh my god! Look at this. They're like toddlers. They remind me of 1.5 to 2-year-old kids just living their best lives. There, we got a race. And we're not doing anything yet. Boy. Now, just to be clear, they're not autonomous, right? The guy's got a little controller right there. So they're remote controlled, but still. And these are the Unitree, I think, G1s. Those robots, they didn't do anything. What's going on? I'm disappointed. What is this guy doing now? He's being a spokesperson and waving and being diplomatic. Oh my god, look how cute these other dudes are. This is going to be in your house, Americans that are looking at this, doubting me, throwing shade. This is going to be in your house. Your kids are going to demand 4 of these. At least one per kid. One per kid. They're going to want to share them. Kidding me? It's like having a dog. They're gonna say, oh my god, look at this guy. I guess kids share dogs, but you know what I mean. This is a toy. Look at this dude. Oh, this is so great. We're living in the future. Well, China's living in the future. We're still in 1997. All this technology is just suppressed. Whoa, look at this guy. Epic. I hadn't seen this part. I haven't seen like a few seconds. I was got like I don't know, someone from BTS on stage with a bunch of kids and robots. I don't know what he's saying. Blah blah blah. Totally epic, bro. Totally epic. Totally epic. Oh my god, what is that? Yo, China, man. China. Oh, did he fall? Is that what's happening here? Oh my god, there's the other Lego guy. This is the greatest thing I've seen this week. I've seen a lot of great things. I'm not gonna say ever, but this week this is great. This is so good. All right, enough of that. I get too excited about this because I want these things around. I want them replacing every single fast food worker. Those sullen people that when I walk in, not everywhere, but most, like, I went to get coffee today, and the entire crew was like, not looking, no eye contact. You might gotta take your order. Okay, I'll call your name over there. This wasn't Starbucks, it was another place. I was like, what is with you people? No wonder you're gonna be replaced, because you suck. Alright, moving along. I want a robot barista now. What's next? Alright. If you think I don't like humans, you might be right. And case in point of being replaced. An ex-Google exec says degrees in law and medicine are a waste of time because it takes so long to complete that AI will catch up by graduation. I absolutely concur with this. I think anything besides something related to AI or incorporating the use of AI and figuring out how to replace people with AI, or how to replace systems and processes with these tools or build better tools. That's where the future is, along with space travel, like I said before. Because law, let's take law just as a talking point. So it is a grift, right? They're not searching, everything's a grift, but law especially, they're not searching for truth, they're not looking for justice, they're looking for ways to win, like a chess game. And they have monopolized justice, or the pursuit of justice, or defense, or whatever. and you have to pay just to access these stupid case law. You got to pay a fortune to access this stuff that's already specialized. So already the average man is already facing injustice because he doesn't have access to this stuff to be able to defend himself. He has to shell out money to these specialists in between middlemen, and that's the way the grift has worked. But what does a lawyer do? He searches through data, or has his paralegal search through data, through case law, and figure out a strategy for defense. And you're going to tell me that ChatGPT can do that in 14 seconds. Obviously can. So lawyers, like I heard from a lawyer, because I was talking about this to a lawyer, and she was like, yeah, but there's the argument in court part. I'm like, well, that's still old school, old world system. Eventually, we're going to be like, what are the facts? What are the actual facts? And what is the law? And then at some point, maybe when there's an impasse, they'll have to bring in the human tiebreaker or referee. But for the most part, it's going to be very cut and dry for most cases. Like, what does the contract say? What does the law state? What does the statute state? Was there a violation or not? Okay. Here's the verdict. Here's the deal. Sentencing, etc., etc. I think it's going to be even more humane. If you just get the human bias out of things, where there's a potential for injustice, I think things are going to be way better. And this is one case. Another area full of grift, abuse, fraud, and just outright disgusting malfeasance is medicine. That whole thing has got to be, everything in society has got to be from top down, bottom up, reimagined. It's broken. It's not working. It's like, it works for a bit. It works for certain things. Like, we have bridges, we have roads. When you look at them, they're like, well, they last, maybe a bridge lasts 100, 200 years before it collapses, maybe less. Roads, Jesus, give me a break. I've heard of all these things about, we're going to stick these magical things underneath the roads that when cars run over them, we will have, electricity generated from it and all these wonderful things. And I'm like, I've heard about this for 20 years. Always to have this nasty asphalt that is full of holes every 5 seconds. And we spend a fortune on taxes, and these things won't get fixed. If you drive in the San Fernando Valley of California, Los Angeles area, I challenge you to find a road that is from one end to the other as good as a Florida road, for example. Florida roads are nice. The turnpike is gorgeous. 95 in most places is nice, except when you get into a city. So, grifting, taking money, not doing what you're supposed to do with that money, waste, inefficiency, this has got to stop. And this is why I am all pro AI. And when people say, I hate AI, I'm like, okay, so you like stupid things and bad things and horrible things. And you're not on my team. I'm on team good stuff. So, medicine and law. What does a doctor do? Same as a lawyer, has his data, looks through things, evaluates, judges, and already these LLMs are smarter. They can make better choices in a lot of cases. So by the time this current class graduates, you're talking about what? Law schools. I don't know how long law school is, but you say bachelor's and then postgraduate, 2 to 4 years minimum. For a doctor, I think it's like 7 years. Do you really think they're going to be useful with their current education that they're getting? No. They'll probably solve freaking immortality by then. They're going to be prescribing Tylenol. All right, I am on a rant today. I like it. Okay. This is kind of funny. I just thought it was funny. I thought it was a cautionary note because I don't follow my own advice here. But backing up your stuff when you're vibe coding. There was a case. Let me read this, what I wrote. There was a case where Replit deleted a database, and now a user on X reports Cursor did as well. Okay, so the moral is back up your stuff. When you let loose an AI in its current stage, it's still kind of dumb, despite the fact that, well, what does it tell you about lawyers? If it's already smart enough to replace them, but it's kind of dumb. Dude got jokes. All right, so this guy was like, "Did you just delete my whole effing data from my database?" I think this is Cursor. I sincerely apologize. Yes, I made a serious mistake. When I ran blah 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 blah, it dropped your entire database and recreated it from scratch, which would have deleted all your existing data. And then I explained what happened. Wow. So the moral is back up your data some way, somehow, so that this catastrophic thing doesn't happen again. Now, to be fair, you should, like, the server itself could have gone down from the provider. Like, they could have gone out of business. It happened to me once with websites. Like, my hosting providers went out of business, and I was like, whoa, where's all my stuff? But I have backups. So it behooves all of us to back up our stuff, and I don't do it because I still don't have an elegant solution for it. But word of warning: back up your stuff. Okay, get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy. This is cool. This is cool, and it is just again. This one's not so much of a grift because it was an actual good service, which is audio transcription, right? So you have text and it transcribes it. Useful. But now obsolete as a business. Why? Because Google just announced, I mean, there's been other ones, but Google just announced that right in Google Docs, the sucker will transcribe your stuff. This is awesome. This is gonna save people so much money. I'm just like, can we have lower prices already? Can McDonald's cost $4 like it used to instead of 12? Because now we all got less expenses. Of course, the guys who are running this business now have no jobs, so I guess it's it balances out. But let me show you how this works. So I'm in one of my chapters of my novel, right? And it'll read, I guess, based on your tab. I'm not sure if it goes. I think it goes by tab. Yeah, so I would have to make another tab. But let's see what happens. I'm gonna see if it goes off of the chapter. I think it goes off of the tab. So you go here to tools, audio. Listen to this tab.
The Enchanted Life of Serene. High school magic and romance.
So it starts from the
Silken
beginning.
sheets became restraints, twisting around Serene as she fought for breath against a faceless dread. Darkness, even with eyes wide open in the pre-dawn gloom.
Did you see how
fought
fast
at
that
her
was?
vision,
It was
echoing the
instant.
terror invading her sleep. Her dreams were no escape, but a brutal invasion. There, she was trapped in the labyrinth of her mind.
That sounds like a human being to me. Let me create another tab, and then let me take a chapter, because this is what I wanted to actually test. And I'm going to put this in here and see if it starts reading from this tab. And also we'll see how long it takes to generate.
Chapter 7.
Instant.
The cafe smelled like burnt espresso and old books. It wasn't some trendy spot with curated playlists and succulents on every table.
Dude,
It had chip tile,
you used to have to pay money for this. Like, I'm talking 3 days ago, you used to have to pay money for this. You can change the voice, which is crazy. You can go from...
Select a voice to read your document.
Select a voice to read your... Select a voice to read your...
Select a voice.
Select a voice.
Select a voice to read your document.
Select a voice to read...
Select a voice to read your document.
I like
Chapter
that
7. The cafe smelled like
I don't know
burnt
what this means.
espresso and
Insert
old
audio
books.
button? What does it
It
do?
wasn't some trendy spot
Whoa,
with
you can
curated
actually do
playlists.
that.
Chapter 7. Chapter 7. Chapter 7. Chapter 7.
Oh, this is so good. All right, so that is now live for everybody, I believe, on. This is nuts.
Chapter 7.
Hello.
Chapter
Bye.
7.
Delete.
The cafe smelled like burnt espresso and old books.
There we go.
It wasn't some trendy spot with curated playlists and succulents on.
That's so cool. All right, so let me get rid of this. Delete so I don't mess up my stuff. Delete this tab. All right, so that is Google Docs for free, right there. It transcribes in a very good, convincing way. Fantastic. Next. College is a waste of time, yes, but oh, this is crazy. Talking about Grift, right? What's happening? What's happening, people? Mark my words, because people aren't believing me when I say this. The Grift is over. It's on its way out. So any industry which is like built on showmanship, sales, like convincing, but it's not a real good product. Multi-level marketing, which isn't even product-based. It's more just like, I'm going to show you how to make money, and here's how you do it. You sell this course on showing people how to make money, and then what they do is they sell a course on showing people how to make money, and it's just a pyramid of garbage. Nobody's actually able to take that information and sell a pair of socks, for example, right? They can only sell to other suckers who want to become entrepreneurs or business people without actually knowing how to sell or market anything. So that crap is over. And part of that diatribe that I just went on is that there's a lot of us, including myself in certain aspects, resting on our laurels, on our past successes, and like building something, and that's it. And we're not really focused on the customer. We're not focused on innovating. We're just like, oh, this is the way it's always been, and that's the way it's going to be. Not anymore. So there's, for example, Monster. Is Monster even a thing? The job search thing, and Indeed, and all these other job hunting things. They might have started off good, but now they're infiltrated by bots and crap, and you gotta pay, and it's a nightmare. So one single individual guy, not a company, used AI to scrape millions of job postings directly from business websites. And he's listed them all for free. So if you need a job, check this out. I'm sure he should charge. And I'm sure this is gonna eventually, it's gonna get suckified, because everything gets suckified. But hiring.cafe, I'm just restarting this thing. He explained, I should have kept that page, but he explained how he scraped it, the tech behind it, what he built it with. It's wild. So I think there's 2 million jobs in here or something like that. Up to date. I mean, some of these you can see 6 hours. And, let's say AI consultant. These are legit actual jobs posted. Look at this. AI consultant contract San Jose, 6 days. Look at all these jobs. And people say they can't find work. Well, this guy solved that problem very, very easily. Let's try to apply for something just as a thing. Let's take one. Let's take a recent one. This one that's 2 hours old or something like that. Was there one 2 hours? Maybe I've lost my mind. 6 days. Let's see. Let's see what do we do? Apply directly. What does this mean? Hide job, report and hide. Mark applied, save, share job, company website. Oh, we can go to the company. We can also apply directly. Okay, so this is the company. And let's see, accept all. And this is what he scrapes. Jeez, bro. Apply for this job. Not bad. Let's see another one. That's how that was unworkable. So I'm not sure if that's actually a thing. Apply directly. So this is MetroSys. Let's see their website. Apply directly. Okay, MetroSys in Miami. Where's that? It's pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, this is a staffing company. And there's a thing. Directly. Freaking amazing. So he's aggregated a bunch of jobs. How about dancer? Look at that. Fright Fest singer dancer. These are a month old, so they're probably already filled, but tells you the hourly rate. Oh, this is so good. This is what I'm talking about. This is value. This right here, right? Not the other crap. Not Monster.com and D, where all these bots and garbage things. These are actually the, where is unavailable? The freaking direct listings. Okay? Do you see how the world's changing? Do you see? Do you see your boys right? Damn straight. All right, so Hiring Cafe if you want a job. Qwen has released image edit. This is just an interesting thing. It's for people like me that create their own ads and content and stuff like that, which eventually, I think most of us should be in this space, but for our own businesses. But I thought it was amazing that I took this image of Marisol, one of my AI avatars, and she's eating sushi, right? And what this can do, quite an image edit, is prompt it side profile of the image, and it generates a side profile. It figured out intelligently what would be here, right? What would be here? What would the side of her face kind of look like? And it rendered it. It's insane. Insane what you can do with this stuff. Unbelievable. All right, so that's Qwen image edit. You can find that at chat.qwen.ai and no more of that. The last thing I want to show you. This thing crashed. Code preview. Rocket.new. I showed you Rourke before, R-O-R-K. And that was pretty neat. Okay. Hello. This is another one of those vibe coding apps. Let me go to the webpage just so you can see that one. Rocket. Web apps, mobile apps, internal tool, website, dashboard, landing page. So it just builds stuff. It's one of these vibe coders. But why I'm featuring it today is because the mobile app thing is really good. Like Rourke gave me like a kind of a prototype, but very basic, kind of what it kind of looked like type of a deal. No real functionality. This sucker, which was generated, I want to show you. The first thing I did was I want a productivity app, activity tracker, blah, 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 for teenagers, right? I'm trying to come up with ideas to market to teenagers for teens whatnot. And so I started at 5:25. At 5:26, it returned this the thing with Flutter, blah, 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 yada, yada. It thought a little bit more, and it came up with like, okay, pick these screens. So I was like, okay. In between other work, I was like doing whatever. Then I came back to this. I was like, okay, look, I can only pick 6. So I picked these 6, and then now 12 minutes later. This is 12 minutes because I was going back and forth. But it would have been pretty much instant. But let's even say it took 12 minutes. Still fast. So it's generating all these screens at 5:37, and it was done. Not at 3:07. Was it? By 5:53. So 16 minutes. Right? Yeah, 16 minutes from the point where I picked the screens and it actually generated the thing. 16 minutes. But what's cool, like it gave me a login. Like it actually created a full little back end thingy. Let me see Alex team password. Alex.team. And then password is my password. So apparently it's giving you 3 examples. See? It's functional. Log in. And awesome, thank you. So it's gamified, right? I wanted it gamified. Here's Emma Johnson's points, even though the name was Alex.teen, whatever. Homework, it gives you progress bars and everything. So homework, beauty, fitness, and tasks. And it's also got a little friends thing, right? But this is a dummy data, obviously. So let's go through the tabs. It's got homework, right? Let me add something. Let's add, if I want to filter by science or English or math or all. So let's add one. Assignment title, write paper on Snoopy. Subject is art. Yeah, it's an art class. Let's make it due tomorrow. And a high priority. Write the paper, dude. Okay, save. All right, let's see if it shows up. There it is. No, wait a second. Right, here we go. Write paper on Snoopy. Hi, there you go. And it goes, you can do by priority. I got a couple of high priorities. Subject, whatever. So art, history, I think. Oh, that's English history. You get the idea. So that's the homework tracker. Now, one of the things that I notice here is that I don't have a way to go back. So how do I go back? I actually did, oh, here we go. Main dashboard. So the app obviously needs a little bit of work because I don't, awesome. I don't have a button on all the things to go where I want to go. But you can add your workouts. Start a workout, see what happens. Let's go to yoga. Start workout. Dude, I hadn't even touched this part. I didn't even know what the hell this was. This is great. This is great. Warm up for a minute. Main exercise 1. Rest. Freaking crazy. Tasks. Let's see what this does. What are my tasks? Oh, it's a dashboard. So where do I go? Sorry, I haven't obviously messed with every single thing. Where are my tasks? Social. Pretty cool. It's like Facebook. And what I did was I had it kind of be able to share friends' stuff and how many points they earn and all that kind of stuff. Okay, cool. I'm concerned about not finding the tasks, but you know, for 17 minutes to have a functional app like this, and now I just have to refine it. You get 1 million credits for free. I don't know if that's per month or just a one-time thing. And let's look at the pricing otherwise. And to build this, it took up about a third of those, 304,000. And here's where you code. If you want to, and I wouldn't continue here. I would download this and continue this in MVS Studio, to be perfectly honest, using Gemini. So let's go to the home page, and let's see if there's a pricing somewhere. No. Let's see the pricing. So $20 a month for up to 20 screens of apps, website, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, see this, I would use this to prototype your thing real fast and pull it off into VS Studio Code. And I might do that because, I mean, did you see that price? That price was kind of crazy. Let me show you that again. So $80 a month billed annually. So you got to shut out all this chunk of change. And you know that in a week is going to be an even better one. So you're going to be locked into paying for this for a year, and in 2 weeks there's going to be some kind of free thing from China that blows us away. So they're going to make money quickly and then fade away or be acquired. Okay, so I have talked for about 45 minutes, I think. Let me look at my OBS, where I'm at. Yeah, something like that. 35 minutes? Not too bad. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I hope to be on time Friday at 6 as things proceed in my life and progress. Maybe I'll have to change that time, but as of right now, Friday at 6 seems to be decent. And that's it, man. That's another banner week for AI developments. Cool thing is crazy. The fact that now you can transcribe, and it didn't have a limit. Like if you saw, it had 20 minutes of audio, so I read 20 minutes worth of stuff. I don't know if that's the entire book, maybe up to that point in that tab. But that's a lot of free transcription time. 20 minutes. It's freaking awesome. So yeah, that'll do it for me. Talk to you on Friday, probably. Bye.